Evening, chaps. Apologies for the slight delay, but we are back with season 2 of All-Star Oceania, All-Star season 5. If you include both iterations, great to be back. Great to see all the squads put together, some new tactical ideas, and yeah, ultimately just great to be back. Be really interesting to see how some people line up tonight, how the new season starts off. So yeah, let's have a look at the fixtures. So we've got AFC versus Blitz. Can you just give me a quick okay with the sound, etc.? That would be magic. Dragons versus Rapa Nui, Townsville, Tutavua, Unicorns, Aborigines, Vikings, Hobart, Warriors, Vanuatu, Wanganui versus Bushrat. Evening to Mike, Steve, Daz, Rob, Smuts, Duggan. What else is here? I think that is it for now. Someone just confirm you can hear me okay, because perfect, thank you. Right, so what I'll do is we'll see where the game takes us. Jens wants to go a little bit later, have a quick look through the new lineups and squads, give you the opportunity to pick any squad numbers, etc. So the game wants to take us to Aborigines versus Unicorns first, so that is what we'll do. So a fair bit of this business from Daz, Rodrigo Mendez in from Steve, as well as just scroll through all the class players he sent to Jens. And then we've got these guys: Larson, Novotny, Rossini, Sadov, Amoroso, Gatone, Gattuso, Serginho, and Janowski from outside the league. And this is how he lines up. Malevsky is out, suspended. Janowski on international duty, and Salakovic is injured. So, Aboriginal tactic, new tactic submitted from Daz, Frey, Ferdinand, and Lucio. A defensive midfield for Serginho, Cambiaso, Gattuso, Agat. Skulls in midfield with Larson supporting Rossini and Amoroso. Daz, any preference on squad numbers, or is auto okay? Magic. And he is up against Smuts Unicorns, whose business looked like this. And Penza, Van der Vaart, Gareth Barrett, Argel, Van Bommel, Simkoviak, Santa Cruz, Dyer, Emre, Del Vecchio, and Comandini are in. This is the first lineup. Any preference on captain? Smuts, give me a shout. Avoid 14 and 24, no worries. So we've got Alefropoulos in goal, Henshaw and Hooker at the back, DM4 of Zauri, Petkov, Bishant, Dyer, Van Bommel centre midfield with Del Vecchio and Joe Cole supporting, and Penza 13 and 24. I did think that. No problem. Captain, any preference? And then we will get the first game of the season underway. Hoopier with the armband for the Unicorns. So squad numbers, we don't want 13 and we don't want 24. So shit given can be 19, no 13, no 24. So first game of the new season is Unicorns versus Aborigines. Good luck to Smuts, good luck to Daz, and let's get this underway. And is Kieran Dyer with the first goal of the new season, puts Unicorns 1-0 in front inside 10 minutes. Scores with a big chance for the Aborigines at the other end, but comes to nothing. Aborigines pushing, Larson involved as well as Amoroso, and another chance for Amoroso. But still Unicorns lead 1-0 as we hit the half-hour mark. Aborigines really pushing to get back into this before the break. Can Unicorns hold on and take that 1-0 lead into half-time? They've got a corner down at the other end, a chance for Mpenza, and it is Zauri who gets the second goal after heavy Aborigines pressure. Unicorns double the lead on the stroke of half time, and we get 2-0. 6 attempts from Unicorns, 7 from Aborigines, 4 on target for either side. Quick look at the Aborigines stats. We've got 6s and 7s with the exception of Cambiasso, who's doing a decent job in midfield. Not really any fitness concerns there. Over at the Unicorns, Kieran Dyer with a goal and an assist on his debut. Del Vecchio with the other assist for Dyer. Elefropoulos having a really good game in goal. And yes, Smuts will be pleased, as is from both sides. So we will get this one back underway. Larson with an early chance in the second half, and then Penza down at the other end. When we get to 60 minutes or so, just the one attempt apiece from there. I've got both centre backs from Aborigines down on 5s now. Cambiasso still doing okay in midfield. Over at the Unicorns, no real change in terms of the ratings. Elefropoulos drops to an 8, but probably not had a great deal to do. Joe Cole down on 80% fitness, as is Mpenza. Potential thigh injury for Joe Cole. And Mpenza with a potential shin injury there. Just wait for the manager's instructions. See if Daz can pull some magic out of the hat to get back into this game. Zoom for Cole. Zoom at the outer league signing. He's going to come on. Joe Cole. Comandini is going to come on for Mpenza and protect those potential injuries. And over at Aborigines. Doesn't look like we've got any fitness or potential foot injury for Gattuso. Tato suggesting that if Daz loses a game or two, he might get sacked and then get a new manager bounce, which has served many a manager well in competitive champ over the last 5 or 10, however long years we've been playing this 25-year-old game between us. Daz having a long hard think about what he's going to do to get back into it. Castillo for Larson. It looks like the only change. Is that everything, Daz? Just confirm that's all you want to do, and then we can get this game finished. Magic. So, Unicorns versus Aborigines will run to a conclusion. Unicorns 2-0 in front with 60 players, sorry. And it is Unicorns pushing forward. Zauri with another chance. Del Vecchio and Comandini linking up. Henshaw's picked up a yellow card. We're into the last 10 minutes. Is there anything for Aborigines to get back into this? Castillo with a chance. But you felt that one probably needed to be taken if they had any chance of getting something from the game. And it looks like Unicorns are going to see this one through, barring any late drama. Barring a 30-minute period in the first half, it's been pretty comfortable for the Unicorns, who do get to full time and take all 3 points with a 2-0 home win. Goals from Dyer and Zauri for the Unicorns. Unicorns came on strong. Most of the 10 attempts from Aborigines came in a half an hour period in the first half. 5s and 6 for the centre backs for the Aborigines. 3 went up to an 8. Must have had plenty of work to do in that second half Rossini did okay with an 8. Over at Unicorns, Dyer picks up a 10 for a goal, assist, 5 key passes as well. Looked very dangerous throughout. Elefropoulos had a good game in goal. Zauri as well on the other side. And a great win for the Unicorns to start the season. Next, it wants us to go to Townsville versus Tutivua. I'm not sure I've seen Hodgie. Just give us a quick shout, Hodgie, if you're about. If not, I'll hang on and move it on somewhere else. Very much as is from Townsville this season. Didn't do a great deal of business. Romashchenko's come in, as did Van Bronckhorst and Perez. More of squad players for Hodgie, I think. A very, very familiar lineup here. Hodgie is here, so that is good. Nesta as captain. Hodgie, any preference on squad numbers? If not, we will click auto and run. Magic. And their opponents are Tutivua, who have made in a chat, I think. Again, familiar setup for the time wasters. How much business did they do? Not a great deal. Jorovic, Vasiliuk, Overmars, Shapiro from outside of the league. Vrede and Cabello have come in. And they line up like this. Very familiar. Nigma Toolan, Weston Campbell, Decourt, Desai and Said is a solid DMC block. Ortega and Lundberg wide. Agahawa in support of Van Nistelrooy and Saviola, both sides right in the playoff hunt to the end last season. Made any preference on squad numbers? If not, we'll run with that. And both sides will be hoping to be in and around the playoff mix again come the end of the season, as will everybody, I guess. Campbell as captain. Yep, magic. So, second game of the night, Townsville versus the Time Wasters. Good luck to both managers. Early pressure looks to be from the Time Wasters. Seems very tight in the middle of the park so far. Agahawa and Saviola getting involved. Romadal getting involved. Very, very good season last season. Maybe second in the assist tables from everybody. And we get to half time without any goals. Just the one attempt from Townsville. 6 attempts from Tutivua. 3 on target. I don't think Hodges one to make knee-jerk reactions to a slow 45 minutes. Tybee having a decent game in goal. 6s and 7s across the rest. Midi straight in with an as-is. Taribo West not having the best of games. Might not have had a great deal to do. Ratings probably don't reflect the fact that they were the better side in that first half. Bookings for West and Decourt. Both managers are going to roll, so we will kick off the second half. And it is Diego Tristan for Townsville who puts them 1-0 up. And that's flown through to 65 minutes. We'll have a quick look at the stats. Just the one attempt from Townsville and the Time Wasters in the second half. But Del Piero from that left mid position where he did so well last season has got the assist. Diego Tristan has got the goal. And Townsville are 1 up over at the Time Wasters. Agahawa doing okay on an 8. 6 and 7s across the rest. Tato saying that Saviola and Van Nistelrooy could be key to the Time Wasters at the start of this season. So, over to the managers. Hodgie is going to trust the process and make no changes. Quick look at Time wasters, their options from the bench are Michael Owen, who we could well see for Saviola, or Van Nistelrooy, Matty Holland, Vrede and Martin. I would suggest it will probably be only Owen we see at this point. And it is going to be Michael Owen for Van Nistelrooy. Owen and Saviola now in partnership up front. So we'll play this one through to a conclusion, last 25-30 minutes. Townsville 1, Time Wasters 0. So into the last 15 minutes, chance for Townsville to double the lead. And we've blown through 86 minutes on the clock. West has picked up an injury. Going to assume that's a straight swap for Vrede. I'll pencil that in just and we'll wait for the confirmation. We've got a couple of minutes left. Is there anything the Time Wasters can do to get back into it? Vrede in for the last couple of minutes. So let's run it through. Is there a late drama, late equaliser? There isn't, and Townsville, as they did so often last season, not potentially the better side, but have ground out a result. 5 attempts, 2 on target. 10 attempts for the away side. Desai doing a good job. Saviola having a decent game. Apart from that, nothing spectacular. The away side who just couldn't find that goal they needed to get back into the game. Van Bronckhorst on his debut for Hodgie picks up man of the match. Did a decent job. Tristan with the goal. Del Piero with the assist. Good performances from Taibbi, Nesta, Kaladze as well. Well done to Hodgie. Unlucky to Time Wasters. And next, Jens is here, I believe. Is Dan here? Dan, give us a shout if you're here. If not, we will hold off a little bit in case you... Oh, in fact, he might have sent me a message saying he's not going to be about. I can't remember. Just give him a second to see if he is here. Don't think he's here yet. We will just hold off, Jens, if you're okay, in case Dan does turn up. So we will, who else have we got? We've got Rob and we've got Duggan. So let's go to the Dragons. Plenty of transfer business from Duggan and the Dragons. Rox is here. Magic. Fowey and Kaluznik. Was it Key? Alan Smith, Scally, Carlos Collins, Udeze Mourinho, Emerton, Vieri, Boya and Cafu. Archie Back and Boya are out. So this is how Duggan lines up. First game of the season. Maldini, Ronnie Johnson, Carlos Kaluznik and Cafu. Scally and Davids in the middle with Alan Smith and Collins in support of Vieri. Been mentioned numerous times that it feels like a very Dragons side. Can Duggan get them ticking? Back's not playing, so we will keep number 10 for Back. Is that okay, Duggan? Just give us a nod. Make sure you're okay with that. Magic. And don't worry about numbers, but the dreams do that. So Rob has also done plenty of business. Some big players have joined. We've got Crespo in, Kufre, Perlo, Woodgate, Patrick Vieira, Rayner and Nakata. Rayner in from outside of the league. And this is what Rob has come up with this season. We've got Khan, Woodgate, Materazzi, Duff, Rayner, partner Vieira in defensive midfield, Candela, Albertini, Guerrero, Sahar, and Crespo. Oliver Kahn is the captain. Rob, just a quick note on your 24 submission, you put Sahar twice. I assumed the second one was supposed to be Salas. Tony Kidd is someone who's come through the youth system, and Rob has picked him in his 24 and matchday squad. So yeah, that is Tony Kidd. Not asked for squad numbers, and we will kick off. The Dragons, Tony Kidd will be playing today. Dragons versus Rapa Nui, third game of the night. Good luck to both. 15 minutes flies by with not a lot happening. Cafu involved out wide. Vieira with a couple of chances. Collins also involved. And it is 1-0 to the Dragons, and Big Shagger is off the mark in the 24th minute. Dragons lead. And we get through to half-time already. Flew by. 4 attempts from Dragons, 2 from Rapa Nui. Vieira with the goal, assisted by Bobby Carlos from the left. Solid first half performance from the Dragons. Wouldn't expect Duggan to do anything just yet. Oliver Kahn not starting the season as he did last season. 6s and 7s, and Kahn down on a 5 for Rob. But both managers quickly are going to roll it, which is great to see. Thank you for the promptness. Crisper with a chance. Dragons pushing them back. Good save from Kahn. Resulted in a corner. We get through to 65 minutes. Quick look at the match stats. 6 and 4 for Dragons. 3 attempts, 2 on target for Rapa Nui. Over at the Dragons, we've got Roberto Carlos having an exceptional game. Buffon and Maldini at the back doing well. Neil Scally also, and Duggan is going to trust the boys to get the job done and roll quickly. Over at Rapa Nui, we've got Rayner and Vieira doing okay in midfield. Albertini doing absolute pish. I think everybody other than Rob probably expected that. Not really any issues with the fitness there. Albertini on a yellow card. So we've got John Welsh, Michael Ballack, and young Tony Kidd on the bench. Kidd is going to come on for Louis Sahar, and Ballack is going to come on for the underwhelming Albertini. So Tony Kidd makes his debut. Can he tame the dragon? 15 minutes to go as that flies by to 75 minutes. Yeah, into the book. Into the last 5-10 minutes now. And it is Crespo. Pounces on a keeper error and equalises for Rapa Nui. Tony Kidd involved, but we do get to full time. 1-1 late drama as Crespo snatches an equaliser at the Dragons. 9 attempts, 6 on target for Duggan, 6 and 5 for Rob. We've got no assist. I'm pretty sure it came from a goalkeeper fumble. Rayner did well in midfield, as did Vieira. Materazzi wasn't very good. Neither was Albertini. Khan much improved in the second half. Duggan will probably be disappointed with that to concede late on. But it did seem that Rob performed much better in the second half. Carlos picks up man of the match, plenty of tackles, assist as well for Vieira, which will please Duggan to get him off the mark. And points shared at the Friedrichs Arena. Next, we have got Wanganui versus the Bushrats. Last season, Mr. Savage was running with a narrow formation with no striker. This season, we've got a new tactic, and it is no striker, nor any AMC. We've got a 10-man block. Ado and Kivu at the back. Vogel, Yeremis, and Janet Cheddar is a solid midfield 3. And then we've got a 5 across the midfield with Nedved, Donovan, Berg, Mido, and Zanoni. Chris Hope, Cuevas, and Solskjaer on the bench. Mike, do you have any squad number preferences? Magic. And now we've got the Bush Rats who line up like this. Tato, any preference on captain? Sorry, I forgot to have a look at the business. From Wanganui, we've got Avellano in for the Bush Rats from outside the league, Badaro from the Warriors, and then Scalotto, Battaglia, Stewart, Hoffland, Apia, Kovalchuk, Kaká, Rustico, Rivaldo, Lucinov, Ambrosini, Giggs, Salihamidzic, and Roy Mackay. As well as Volodenkov. Tato, any preference on your captain or squad numbers, please? I will double check for you, Mike. So Bush Rats, Costanzo, Rustico, Lassisi, Kovalchuk, Ambrosini, and Stewart, Avellano, Giggs, Adilson, Fassini, and Cliver is going to auto captain. It's going to be Giggs. Your captain is Yeremis, and we're going to get underway with Wanganui versus the Bush Rats. Not asked about numbers or captain. Good job, because it's a little bit late now. Jens saying that he is a fan of Avellano, thought he was in the league, and it is Nedved. And I spoke with Tato a little bit earlier on, and he told me that Nedved always scores against him. And wow, Vogel has made it 2-0 to Wanganui. A 10-man block, blocking the Bush Rats and countering. And it is 2-0 as we approach half-time. And we get to half-time. Who saw that coming? Nobody. Bush Rats with absolutely nothing cannot break down the wall of Wanganui. 5 attempts, all on target from Mike's men. Borgenberg with an assist for Vogel, and Nedved doing well from the left-hand side. Vogel into the book. 6s and 7s for the Bush Rats. Just see if Tato wants to do anything. And is that an as-is already from Tato? So, second half underway. Can Bush Rats create anything? We get through to 60 minutes straight away. Still nothing from the Bush Rats. Nothing from Wanganui also in that period. 7s and 8s, solid defensive display as well as a counter-attack from the wall of Wanganui. Tato is going to run it through as is. Let's just see if Mike wants to change anything. And it's going to be Donovan off for Solskjaer. Be interesting to see if Tato did any testing against this formation in the off-season. And we get underway, and Adilson has got a goal back with the first attempt at the Bush Rats. Can they turn the tide? Now we've got a red card for Wanderers, and we've got 10 minutes. Wanganui are going to have to hold out with 10 men as bush rats surely are going to put the pressure on and throw the kitchen sink to get back into this. Tato, do you want to do anything tactically? Arrow off cheddar and centralise them. Tato, anything from you? Extend the winning arrows. So 10 minutes. Can the bush rats penetrate the wall for a second time? Versini with a chance. And it is all Wanderers now. And Mido has gone off injured. You would think it will probably be Cuevas and maybe swap with Zanoni. Maybe Chris Hope could come straight in there, lose the arrow, or swap with Berg or something like that to see what Mike's preference is as they look to hold on for the last 10 minutes. Bring on Hope, move him to DMC. Like that. And that. Like that. Just give us a nod, Mike. Bang on. Perfect. So, 10 minutes again. Can bush rats pile the pressure on? And they can't. The wall of Wanganui, hold on. 6 attempts, most of that coming in the first half. Damage was done in the first half. Tato will be fuming that they've not been able to create a great deal, especially against the 10 men. No assist for Adilson's goal. Kovalchuk did okay, as did Ambrosini. Over at Wanganui, Nedved picks up man of the match with a 9. Jan Cheddar also on a 9. Jeremies did well, as did Eric Addo. And Wanganui open the season with 3 points. We're just going to give Dan a little bit more time, so we will do. Is Dimble about? I'm sure it was earlier. Just confirm, Dimble, that you are here, and we'll get your game on with Rocks. Okay, we'll just hold that and we'll do me and Steve next. Just give the guys every opportunity to be here. So, Franda Mera has come in, as well as Viduka Batiste, Mertin, Samuel, Ronaldinho, Bajdu, Echevarria, Zlatan, Riquelme, Herse, Thuram, Sorin, Konstantinu, Brozek, Rayad, and Contra. Thuram is suspended from last season. So this is the Vanuatu pig style that Steve has come up with. Samuel and Perry, who's in for Thuram, Contra, Petit, Tenotto, Riquelme and Simone midfield, Ronaldinho in support of Konstantinu and Brozek. Steve, any preference on your captain? Yeah, Will, all the numbers. Do you want a captain or you're not asked? Game can decide. And at the Warriors, we brought in Southgate, We also brought in Bermuda, Karyap, Stam, Figo, Kirk, Kasano, Trezeguet, Harasimovic, Balashov, Robbie Keane, Shevchenko, Keane, and Kuhl. We line up like this. Kamuna and Okoronkwo as Stam is suspended for the first game. Zelius holding Kuhl to down at Roy Keane, Hajcek, Figo in support of Harasimovic and Shevchenko. So we will get this underway. Good luck to Steve. Warriors versus Vanuatu. Couple of early chances for Warriors, Roy Keane and Harasimovic. Harasimovic again. 2 or 3 early chances fallen to him. And it is a penalty, and Zidane opens the scoring from the spot for the Warriors. Harasimovic involved again. Been heavily involved in this first half an hour. And it is an equaliser. Ronaldinho, the big name signing in the summer for C, has got a leveller, and it's a second penalty, and Zidane has scored again from the spot. The referee said no, the linesman had his flag up, and that is that. And we're heading towards half time, and Figo on the break, just on the stroke of half time, has made it free. The big names that often fail to deliver have delivered in this first half. 12 attempts from Warriors in that first half, 7 on target, just the 1 attempt from Steve. Potentially an unlucky penalty given away, but Warriors dominant in that first half. Couple of 5s in there for Riquelme and Contra. Ronaldinho with the goal assisted by Simone. Constantinu into the book. We've got 2 assists from Harasimovic, who's been absolutely everywhere in this first half. Zelius as well with an assist. We are gonna roll for now. Just keep an eye on Kamuna for fitness, see if Steve wants to do anything. Schmertin, Echevarria and Palermo, the options for Steve from the bench. Echevarria was actually selected in AFC's lineup, and Rox must have forgot that he has swapped him. Anything you want to do, Steve? Palermo for Constantinu is the only change for now. So we will get the second half underway. And we get to 60 minutes. I'm just going to have a look at the stats. 14 attempts now versus the 2 for Vanuatu. Contra still on a 5, Riquelme still on a 5, Headman and Samuel doing okay. Doesn't look like there's any issues with the fitness. Kamuna is down on 77. Potential injury, I would guess. But we are not going to change him. We're going to leave it for now. And we're going to leave it and run it through as it is. So we'll just wait and see what Steve wants to do. No change from Steve. So last half an hour of Warriors versus Vanuatu. Kamuna into the book. 15 minutes to go. Is there any late drama? Can Vanuatu put some pressure on and try and steal something from this game? 2 or 3 minutes to go and we get to full time. And it is Warriors 3, Vanuatu 1, 16 attempts from the home side. Just the 4 attempts from
the away side. Some decent ratings in there. Petit doing well, as did Walter Samuel and Hedman. Kelme not having the best of games, and it was the creative players that struggled for Vanuatu. Over at Warriors, Harasimovic picks up man of the match with a 9. Zielius also on a 9. 7s and 8s across the board for everybody else, and a pleasing first home win for the Warriors. Unlucky to Steve. Right, now we are going to go to AFC versus Blitz. Are you still about rocks? Quick look at Blitz's business. Ronaldo, Drozdov, Eto, Viali, Mendieta, Denilson, Rui Costa, Lejrazu, and Deisler in for the Blitz. And this is what Dimble has come up with. Very, very strong, as mentioned. Giotis, Klompe, Yepes, Zambrotta, Butt, Paredes, Lejrazu, Mendieta, Totti, Henry, and Anelka. Over at AFC, very rocks looking formation. We've got Cannavaro as the skipper. We've got Cordoba playing on 90% with a bruised head. Cannavaro, Cordoba, Liverani and Gomez either side of Schmuck. George Atos and Zanetti wide, Brugink, Raul and Montella. Squad numbers, Schmuck is 1. Cuenca is 9. The rest auto. Dimble is here with no sound. Excellent. So AFC versus last season's runner-up. Schmuck with a chance. 18 minutes in, just the one chance I think so far. Couple of corners back to back for Blitz, but it comes to nothing. Relatively even game up to the 40-minute point as we get towards half time. 4 minutes added on and we get there. 5 attempts from AFC, 1 from Blitz, just 1 attempt either side on target. Cannavaro having a fantastic game at centre half, as is Juan Gomez in midfield, and as is from Rocks. Over at Blitz, 6s and 7s, but very much like Hodgie, Dimble's not one to panic after a quiet 45 minutes. Ronaldo and Alex, the attacking options from the bench for Dimble. Should he wish to change anything now or at 60 minutes? Here with no sound, so I'll just give him a minute and see if there's anything he wants to do. Paredes to Paredes pushes up alongside Mendieta, and Butt's going to hold by himself. We'll run through to 60 minutes. Raul into the book, and it is Henry who's opened the scoring for the Blitz. A decent season last season from AMC, and it's flown through to 67 minutes. And we've got a penalty. We have got a penalty for AFC at the restart. Just a couple of attempts from Blitz since half time. Lezarazu with the assist for Henry. See if Dimble wants to do anything. No fitness concerns. But a pending penalty for the home side. Alex for Paredes. In the on change for Dimble across to AFC. Cannavaro still having a great game. Raul into the book. Zanetti on 83, Liverani on 84% fitness. Is Rock's going to do anything? Pissarro, Reyes, Sorochinsky on the bench. Reyes for Raul. Raul for Reyes. Pissarro for Montella, who has had a quiet game. And penalty coming up. And it's going to be George Atos, and it is a goal, an equaliser for AFC as George Atos converts from the spot. Yellow card for Reyes just off the bench. Blitz pushing forward, looking for a second goal, and they've got it through Mendieta on his debut. And Henry has got his second of the game, and Blitz have come on strong in the last 5 minutes. And taken all 3 points for the Blitz. Relatively even game in terms of chances. The last 20 minutes was definitely more Blitz, and they have been clinical and put their chances away. 2 goals for Henry, 1 for Mendieta. We've got assists from Ledvazu and Zambrotta, which will please Dimble. Shiotis doing well in goal. Cannavaro solid at the back for AFC, picks up man of the match. George Atos with the goal, and Schmuck won the penalty and claims an assist. But the points go to Blitz, which takes us to our final game of the evening, which is Warriors. Apologies, Jens. Carew is in for Vikings, as is Tomadera, Zeriberto, Gerard, Cisalco, Aymar, Mendes, Jax, and Dai and Baumer. What a transfer window for the Vikings. This is how they line up. Juliano and Brown, Charlie Chaos and Dai and Gerard, Beckham as Roberto, Aymar and Jax support Cisalco. Jens, are you asked about your squad numbers, and is Toldo your captain? And then we will have a look at how the defending champions line up. Still don't think Dan's with us. Captain OK says I'll go number 9. And the rest is fine. Magic. So, business for the champions. Inzaghi, Michelini, Muntiano from outside the league looks quite handy. Ayala and Robin. And this is how they line up. Milito and Ayala, Vargas, Michelini, Robin and Madovicchio wide, Emerson centre midfield, Nikiforenko and Kutuzov, the Belarusian pair behind Inzaghi. Not mentioned anything about squad numbers, so we will kick off Vikings versus Hobart. And it is Cisalco on his debut 15 minutes in, who's opened his account for the Vikings, and could be ominous for the rest of the league if Cisalco finds his form early, considering the strength in that Viking side. Aymar's made it 2 and almost 3, but it has been disallowed. We're almost at half time, and Vikings looked pretty comfortable, but on the balance of chances, it looked even. 3 attempts from Vikings, 5 from Hobart. Hobart is 6s and 7s across the board. We've got bookings for Madovicchio and Emerson. Over at the Vikings, Aymar picks up a goal and an assist on his debut. Cisalco's opened his account, and an assist also from Charlie Chaos. Everybody in the 90s in terms of fitness. Tudor, Enrique and Tomadera are the subs for Vikings. So we'll just see if Jens wants to do anything. And it's going to be an as is. Dan is not here, so we will run it to 60 minutes. Stopped a minute or 2 early, but avoid running over No attempts at all from either side. Quick look at Hobart before we go to Jens. Still 6s and 7s, no real change in there for the reigning champions. Over to Jens. Quick look at the condition. Just a couple into the 80s, but everybody else okay. Gerard has picked up a yellow card. Give the AMC's arrows. Jackson Imar with a little bit more license to roam in the second half. Gerard's going to make way for Tudor, and we will run this through. Vikings looking strong from the start. Can Hobart find anything to get back into it, or Vikings going to be too strong? Salco and Zeraberto looking to link up into the last 15 minutes. And it is a goal back, and Kutuzov has given Hobart a bit of hope, but the last 10 minutes has absolutely flown by. And the points go to the Vikings. Even game in terms of chances early. Chances taken from the Vikings gave them a 2-0 lead. Hobart got a goal back, but too little too late for Dan, unfortunately. Assist from Gabriel Milito. Kutuzov with the goal. Michelini did well, as did Ayala and Milito at the back. Aymar picks up man of the match for a great display on his debut with a goal and an assist. Cesarco, as mentioned, off the mark. Charlie Chaos with a 9 and an assist. Giuliano and Ndai also impressive. And that concludes the opening night of action, boys. Run through the classifiers. We've got AFC versus the Blitz. AFC 1, Blitz 3. Dragons 1, Rapa Nui 1, Townsville 1, Time Wasters 0, Unicorns 2, Aborigines 0, Vikings 2, Hobart 1, Warriors 3, Vanuatu 1, Wanganui 2, Bushrats 1. Blitz with the only away win of the night. We've got 5 home wins and a draw. Table's going to be pretty irrelevant this early on, but it will give us a chance to look at the fixtures, which look like this. Next up on Sunday with Duggan, who has kindly offered to step in for Dan while he's away. AFC Bushrats, Dragons, Wanganui, Townsville, Rapa Nui, Unicorns, Blitz, Vanuatu, Aborigines, Vikings, Time Wasters, and Warriors versus Hobart. I will get the save moved on and packs out possibly tonight. If not, it'll be tomorrow. Get the save uploaded ahead of round 2 with Duggan on Sunday. Thanks very much for joining me, chaps. Great to be back, and I will catch you all soon.